So students, in the last period we have studied about the baking soda. So baking soda we have seen about the baking soda having formula NaHCO3, and this baking soda is prepared from the, you can say, sodium chloride as the starting chemical. So baking soda, you know, baking soda we have also studied that we have seen the reaction NaCl plus H2O plus CO2 plus O2 giving NaHCO3 plus NH4Cl. So in this way there is a formation of baking soda. So I have told you about the three formulae of the various sodas. Baking soda is NaHCO3, washing soda is Na2CO3, and caustic soda is NaOH. Solid NaOH is called caustic soda. So NaCl we get NaHCO3, so plus N2 here, and we get the NaCO3. We have studied in this way the preparation of the, you can say, the baking soda. And now बंद करा. So this baking soda on heating, so twice NaHCO3 on heating gives washing soda, Na2CO3 plus H2O. So twice NaHCO3 on heating gives Na2CO3 plus H2O. So regarding the baking soda, we are preparing the, you can say, washing soda by heating the baking soda, and we get the washing soda. So this is washing soda. And see, baking soda is used for making the baking powder. How we make the baking powder? So baking soda is mixed with small quantity of edible acid. Edible acid is, that is tartaric acid, etc. And by mixing with tartaric acid we get the baking powder, and this baking powder is added while making the cake, bread, biscuit, etc. And there is a liberation of the carbon dioxide, and this carbon dioxide, you can say, makes the bread, biscuit fluffy, that is the bread gets swells. Then you can say biscuit also swells because of the liberation of the carbon dioxide. Then baking soda is used as an ingredient in antacid. So we, you know, antacid, for example, we are taking the different antacid, that is soda. There is a baking powder, or you can say baking soda, and this baking soda, you can say, liberate carbon dioxide. And I have told you in the last period that the carbon dioxide is heavier gas than the other gases which are formed in our stomach, and other poisonous gases or harmful gases which are formed in our stomach, they are replaced by, that is CO2 displaces the other poisonous or harmful gases from our stomach, and we are getting the, you can say, relief from the pain. And this baking soda is also used as an, you can say, as an acid fire extinguisher. So in acid fire extinguisher we are using the, you can say, this baking soda. So this is all about the baking soda. Then we will study about the washing soda. So again I will tell you that this washing soda can be prepared by heating the baking soda. So this is baking soda. and this baking soda on heating gives washing soda. Now this washing soda which is obtained is then recrystallized by dissolving in water and then heating the solution, so that it get accompanied by the 10 molecules of water as a water of crystallization. So Na2CO3 10H2O. This is the correct formula of the washing soda. So Na2CO3 10H2O is the formula of the washing soda, and this washing soda which is obtained by heating baking soda is anhydrous. It is anhydrous, and then it is recrystallization, that is it is subjected to recrystallization in order to get the washing soda. Now what are the uses of the washing soda? Now you know washing soda is used as a cleaning agent for the domestic purposes. That is cleaning agent for the domestic purposes, because in the early days, that is before 30 years back, we were washing our clothes by using washing soda. So hot water is taken and we add 1, 2 or 3 spoon of the washing soda, and then we soak our clothes in that solution, and thus it is used as a cleansing agent. Then sodium carbonate is used in the glass industry. That is, it is added while making the glass, that is soda glass. For example, the soft glasses, they are made by adding the, you can say, washing soda. Then in paper industries, now you know papers are manufactured by taking the wood pulp, and while taking the wood pulp, we are adding the washing soda in order to make the paper easily. Then you know in the soap industry, what are the soaps? Soaps are nothing but the sodium or potassium salt of higher carboxylic acid or fatty acid, which have long unbranched hydrocarbon chain containing even number of carbon atom. For example, C15, H31, COONA. So this is the sodium palmitate. This is soap, sodium palmitate. Then C17, H35, COONA. This is sodium stearate. Sodium stearate. So these are the soap, and carboxylic acids are converted into their sodium salt by adding washing soda. So in the glass industry it is used, in the paper industry, in the soap industry. So sodium salt of higher carboxylic acid gives the washing soap, and potassium salt of higher carboxylic acid gives the bathing soap. So bathing soaps are soft, and you can say washing soaps are, you can say, somewhat hard, and in this way the washing soda is used. Again, one of the important chemical which is manufactured by using the washing soda is the borax. So borax bead test is carried out in laboratory to identify the elements which are present in the given compound. So borax bead test. So for the manufacture of chemical compound like borax. So in this way washing soda is used. Then we have to study about the water of crystallization. Now what is water of crystallization? As we think that formula of the washing soda is Na2CO3. Formula of the washing soda is Na2CO3 10H2O. Then formula of the copper sulfate CuSO4 5H2O. See, this is pale green color, having pale green color. This is white. Then FeSO4 7H2O. FeSO4 7H2O. This is green vitriol. Green vitriol. This is green vitriol. Then you know CaSO4 twice H2O. This is POP, that is plaster of Paris. Plaster of Paris. Now CaSO4 twice H2O is the plaster of Paris. This is green vitriol, ferrous sulfate. This is, you can say, copper sulfate having blue color or blue color. Here we can write blue color. So this is blue color. And see, all these molecules, they are associated with the water of crystallization. So sodium carbonate is associated with the 10 molecules of water as a water of crystallization. Copper sulfate is associated with 5 molecules of water as a water of crystallization. Ferrous sulfate, you can say, is associated with 7 molecules of water as a water of crystallization. And gypsum, this is known as gypsum. So gypsum. So this gypsum is associated with 2 molecules as a water of crystallization. Now that means, does these salts are wet? No, these salts are not wet. These water molecules, they are present inside the spaces of the various molecules of the sodium carbonate. And what is water of crystallization? It is the number of molecules of water which are present per formula unit of the given compound. So per formula unit, here Na2CO3 is the unit formula and 10 molecules of water as a water of crystallization. Then CuSO4 5H2O. So per formula unit of the copper sulfate, there are 5 molecules of water as a water of crystallization. And then ferrous sulfate, FeSO4 7H2O, the 7 molecules of water as a water of crystallization. And these salts are not wet, they are dry, because these water molecules, they are associated and they are present in between the spaces of the molecules of ferrous sulfate, copper sulfate, sodium carbonate, etc. Now come to the salt gypsum, and we have also studied about the action of heat. For example, if the washing soda is heated, what happens? On heating the washing soda, we get, that is again we get the white compound Na2CO3, because 10 molecules of water as a water of crystallization which are associated get lost, and we get anhydrous Na2CO3. So we get anhydrous. Anhydrous means what? Anhydrous means there is a no water molecule. Then copper sulfate, again copper sulfate gives CuSO4 only. So we can write that CuSO4 on heating gives CuSO4 plus 5H2O. And here CuSO4, this is colorless. This is colorless. Now for example, if you take the colorless copper sulfate and if you will add 2-3 drops of water, then again it achieves the blue color. So color is due to the water of crystallization. Again, see, we have studied this reaction. FeSO4 7H2O. FeSO4 7H2O on heating. Now this color is green or pale green. On heating gives FeSO4 7H2O. FeSO4 plus 7H2O. Now this is colorless. And see, that means water of crystallization is imparting the color to the particular salt. Clear? Gypsum. Now we will study about the gypsum, because the orthopedic surgeon, they are using the gypsum always. That is gypsum. For example, CaSO4 twice H2O. So this is the salt. Now see, I put the heading gypsum and CaSO4 twice H2O. Now CaSO4 twice H2O on heating at 100 degrees Celsius or 373 Kelvin. Now you know any degree Celsius temperature can be converted into Kelvin temperature by adding 273. So we get CaSO4 half H2O plus 1.5 H2O. 1.5 H2O. So we are getting 1 or 3 by 2 H2O. 1.5 H2O means what? 3 by 2 H2O, and this is the plaster of Paris. Plaster of Paris. Have you heard the name plaster of Paris? Now this plaster of Paris is prepared like this, and what happens? The orthopedic surgeon, in order to make it plaster by fixing the bone, fractured bone in right position, and then applying the plaster of Paris. म्हणजे ज्याला आपण म्हणू एक कपड्याची पट्टी घेतल्या जाते ती पायाला बांधल्या जाते आणि त्याच्यावर मग the solution of plaster of Paris is applied, and this plaster of Paris get dried immediately and it sets into very hard mass which cannot be broken easily, and therefore we can say that the plaster of Paris is used by orthopedic surgeon for to repair the fractured bones. That is, the fractured bones are set in right position, and then you can say cover of plaster of Paris is applied, and thus the bone remains in right position for longer duration of 1 to 1.5 months, and then the bone get joined, and in this way the plaster of Paris is prepared by using the gypsum salt. Now why it is called plaster of Paris? Now plaster of Paris, this compound has got the name plaster of Paris because large number of deposits around occur the Paris city. So there are large number of deposits of gypsum around the Paris city, and therefore it is called plaster of Paris. Plaster of Paris. So it is plaster of Paris. So large number of deposits are occurring around the Paris of gypsum, and gypsum is collected and gypsum is heated strongly so as to get the plaster of Paris, and then it is supplied to the whole world. Now you know the false ceiling. The false ceilings are also prepared by using the plaster of Paris. So false ceiling, the plaster of Paris is also used for making the surfaces smooth. So surfaces are made smooth by using the plaster of Paris. Similarly, you know, that is various toys are also prepared by using the plaster of Paris, and you can say false ceiling, then to repair for repairing the fractured bones, false ceiling, then toys to make the smooth surfaces of the wall. So smooth surfaces are achieved by putting a thin layer of plaster of Paris, and plaster of Paris you can say sets easily into hard mass and which is smooth. And in this way, this is all about the acid, bases and salt. This is the second topic of the chemistry, and we have studied sodium carbonate, sodium bicarbonate, then we have prepared the sodium hydroxide, etc. So all these are prepared from the raw material sodium chloride, and I have told you that sodium chloride occurs or is collected from the seawater. The seawater contains 2.7% of the sodium chloride, and this sodium chloride along with magnesium chloride is present in the seawater. Again, there are some other salt, but sodium chloride is purified and then obtained, and this sodium chloride is then used as a starting material, as a raw material for the preparation of sodium hydroxide, then sodium carbonate, then also used for making bleaching powder, etc. Okay? So, for making bleaching powder, sodium carbonate, sodium bicarbonate, and you can say, so this compound, sodium hydroxide, all these are prepared, and that is the end of the second topic, acid, bases and salt.